crossing the Red Sea. Exodus chapter 10, verse 22, chapter 15, verse 1 to 21. Moses and Aaron led the people out of Egypt, but they did not choose the way to go. God went with them, and he chose the way. In the daytime, he was in a great cloud that moved slowly before the people. At night, the clouds became a pillar of fire, and God watched over them when they rested. By day or by night, the Israelites could look at the cloud or pillar and say, "Our God is going with us, and He is leading the way." After the great company left Goshen, God led them by the cloud to the Red Sea. Here they camped. They planned to rest from their march. But suddenly someone ran through the camp, shouting, "Pharaoh's army is coming. We shall be taken prisoners or killed." The people looked at, and sure enough, Pharaoh's army was coming behind them. The Israelites could not swim across the Red Sea. Neither could they fight against the Pharaoh's skillful soldiers. How frightened they were! As the first people blamed Moses. At first, the people blamed Moses. "Why did you bring us out here in the wilderness to die? Why have you done this to us? We would rather have been slaves to the Egyptian than to die here." But Moses was not to blame. He had only followed the cloud, and the cloud had left them here. When Moses cried to God for help, the Lord told Moses to speak to the people and quiet them. They were all crying in fear. Moses told the people, "Fear not. Stand still and see the salvation of the Lord, which He will show you today. For the Egyptian you have seen today, you will see no more forever." The clouds moved backward and stopped between their camp and the Pharaoh's army. To the Israelites, the cloud became a pillar of fire and lightened their camp all night. But to the Egyptians, the cloud was all darkness. Wow. God told Moses, "Tell the Israelites to go forward, leave your road over the Red Sea, and divided it." Moses obeyed, and God sent a strong wind. The wind swept a wide path through the waters and drying the ground. On each side of this path, the waters rose like a higher wall until every one of the Israelites and all their cattle had crossed to the other side. Pharaoh's herd had hardened again. After he sent the Israelites out of Goshen, he said, "I have made a great mistake by letting all my slaves to go free. I must send my army after them and bring them back." So he followed the Israelites with him were all the chariots of Egypt, and their captains. When the cloud lifted, Pharaoh and his army saw the Israelites walking through the sea on a dry path between two worlds of water. The Egyptians rushed after them. When Pharaoh's army was far off from shore, trouble began. The horses got tangled in the harness, and their feet began to sink in the sand. The chariot wheels came off. Yes, let us go back. The soldiers cried, Israel's God is against us. But it was too late. They could not go back, for the walls of water fall down, and the whole army was drowned. At last the Israelites were free. They knew God had saved them from their enemies. Moses wrote a beautiful song about a crossing of the Red Sea. And the people sang and rejoiced, playing musical instrument called timbrels. The woman went through the camp singing to God. Wow, it's excellent.